Hey everybody, Ash here. If you guys have been paying attention, you've seen a whole lot more posts about the motorcycle than you have gun stuff. The reason for that is around November I got to the point where I wasn't able to develop any real good content on the gun stuff, and that's just due to some various things: ammo limitations, range limitation, time, and then you're just coming up with something. For the past couple of years, we've been building Quantified Performance. We've been putting out, posts, videos, stuff pretty much every weekend, every day at least. I was trying to post on Quantified Performance. I was doing a lot of things and just simply hit that block. A lot of creators talk about it, writer's block, that sort of thing, content. Coming up with content, and I know there's, everybody thinks that it's easy, and I know that my content is generally terrible, but it is content, and things were just, there's so much that I've said over the past few years of primary and secondary with Quantified Performance, with the Knights Armament stuff, with DHR training and all that sort of stuff. We talked about so many things. There's so many articles out there that I just got to that point where I wasn't coming up with anything new. Re-saying things that I've already said. I don't want to do that, and so I just took a little step back. Started just riding a motorcycle, doing things. Got the new Harley Davidson. Some of you guys are paying attention to it. Some of you guys are still supporting with the content on my page, with the motorcycle on it. I'm not throwing motorcycle stuff up on Quantified Performance, but with that lack of content, there's just been a kind of a hole there. So just took a few weeks, took a step back a little bit, took a few weeks, let everything kind of settle down, let everything get settled in my own head, started working on some new things that I wanted to do, some new ideas, and basically the things I want to do for 2021. 2020 was a good year on that aspect. Business-wise, 2020 was great for me, and so the COVID and all that sort of stuff didn't really affect operations. It was just, just a constant draw, and you guys have all felt that too. It's just a constant draw of energy throughout the entire year, just fighting stuff. Then with the election, I said some things at the election time that got me in trouble. Surprise, surprise. So I had to take a step back on a little bit of that, because that was some content that I was pushing on. Like I said, there was kind of a hole there. So I was pushing a little bit too hard on that style of content, and got my finger waved a little bit, so I had to take it a little step back on there. But with that time off, I've been able to refocus some things, look at some other things. Also noticed some trends. Most of you guys that follow me don't care about motorcycling. You don't care about any sort of stuff like that. I'll get a handful of likes here and there for people that think Harley Davidson's cool or whatever. And I know, do content for your audience. The audience wants shooty stuff, so we're going to get back into that. In fact, as soon as we finish this video, I'm going to get back down to the range. Haven't been there in quite a while. Get down there, get everything set up, and start going. Some of the things that we're doing for 2021, we're getting some virtual instruction getting built. We put that out, towards November time frame. There wasn't much interest in it, but I think once we get going, we're just gonna go ahead and execute it. Even though you guys aren't really interested, I think once we get going and we get some people that are actually working on it, and they're actually getting some results, then more people would be more interested in it. There's still going to be motorcycle posts. If you're following my personal pages, I ride motorcycles and I enjoy riding motorcycles, and you guys can enjoy it with me, or you cannot. With the gun stuff, we've been pushing hard, especially with the internet. We've been pushing hard for a long time. I've been talking about shooting, or typing about shooting every day since 2012. It's now 2021. Other than the choice I ran into is I can start rehashing old posts because I've already said it, or when it comes time for that conversation, just share a link to somewhere that I already said it. And neither one of those is good options. I'm not saying that I've learned it all and I've done it all, but have said a lot of stuff over the past few years. And that was just something that I got to work through. Basically what I've been doing is looking at all that old stuff and revamping it. So you'll see some posts that were originally written 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and just updated for, you know, things that I've learned since then. And then you'll see some posts, and I'll just, you know, just as I posted them then, you'll see some posts that were early. If it says fundamentals in it, it's an older post. And you know, and that's just kind of position that I'm in, and pretty much every content creator that's out there will eventually and get to this point. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, there's only so much you can do, so much you can talk about, and without inducing a lot of new experiences. Unfortunately, I don't have the time. I guess is the biggest obstacle. Time to get out and get doing stuff with other trainers, and when they're in the area, and get out and be doing things. So that kind of puts a, you know, a dampener on the new content front. But maybe throughout 2021 we'll get that fixed too. And thanks everybody for sticking around. If you're still here, if you were here and you just kind of left and stopped paying attention, yeah, that's just the way it goes. And those of you that, you know, that come around new, if you come in and you see this and you're new, just know there was a little hole, you know, towards the end of the year. And actually, you know, anticipate that kind of hole being from Thanksgiving to New Year's next year. It just worked out very well, just to kind of step back and do a reset and start the year fresh. So thanks everybody.